Hi, I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I am sick. So I'm going to talk like this. I may sound completely ridiculous and possibly very annoying, but at least you can understand every word that I'm saying. I sound like Mickey Mouse. Ha-ha! Anyway, this is our child's playroom. He's 4 years old. God, I sound so creepy. Anyway, this room is a complete disaster area, but it's not his fault. We could tell him to pick up his toys when he's done playing with them, but where would he put them? There's absolutely no storage in this room whatsoever. So that's what today's project is about, making a shelving unit for this room to hang on the wall right here so the child has somewhere to put all of his crap. Also, good news! I filmed this segment after doing all of the work in this project. So in the next scene, I'll go back to having a normal voice. And I know what you're thinking about that. Oh boy! Also, thank God.
And my material of choice for this project is this, particle board. Mostly because it's extremely cheap, but it's also easy to paint. Just too bad it weighs 1,000,000 pounds. I didn't get enough particle board. Hey, would you look at that? I got some more particle board. And when I was getting this stuff, I had some questions pop up in my head, so I did a Google and I found out some fun new information. My thought was, if MDF is medium density fiberboard, what's low density fiberboard? Also, what's high density fiberboard? Well, as it turns out, particle board, this stuff here, is low density fiberboard. MDF is obviously medium density fiberboard, and high density fiberboard is hardboard, or the stuff that's used to make pegboards if you're more familiar with that. OSB is none of those things, but it is still technically a fiberboard. So there's your fun new tidbit of information that you may not have already known. Unless you already knew it, then it's not new at all. Anyway, now I just need to cut this large sheet of particle board down to... There, everything's cut to size now. Now it's time to do the dry assembly of everything, and to get everything aligned, I'm going to be using biscuits. This is partly because biscuits make it easy to align things, but also because I can use this new biscuit joiner I just bought as a tax write-off, because I'm using it in video. Now I'm far from done. This is just the upper and lower thirds of the shelving unit, and it's just dry assembled. But I'm going to take some time now to put on the front-facing edge of this particle board some of this copious amounts of maple edge banding I have on hand. It'll make it slightly more paintable. And yes, I realize I'm putting this maple edge banding on what is decidedly not maple. It's basically just trash that's been glued together, but I'm sure there's probably bits of maple in here somewhere. And don't tell my wife, but this is iron-on edge banding, so I stole her iron to complete this process. Actually, go ahead and tell her. If you told her exactly what I just said, she'd probably say, "We're not married yet. Stop calling me your wife." It's a new day and I am now wearing pajamas in the shop because I have the flu and I did not feel like putting on proper pants. Now that the maple edge banding is done on everything, I'm going to assemble the upper and lower thirds of the cabinet with glue this time to make everything nice and permanent. And that's the only thing I'm going to be doing today because flu. It's a new day, the glue has dried on these, I'm still sick, and it's time to now cut all the biscuits for the partitions that will go in the middle bit to join the top and the bottom, or no, the top and the bottom halves together to make the whole completed shelf assembly. All right, time to complete the easiest glue up ever. Sarcasm intended there. This is going to be real difficult because I got to lift all of this. Hey, it's now a few weeks later. I'm not sick at all anymore, and as you can see, the shelving unit is fully finished, painted, and mounted to the wall, but as you can see, it's not in the child's playroom. In fact, it's serving as shop furniture for all of my various woodshopy tools, which is good because I previously had no storage at all in here. And the reason this is now shop furniture is because it didn't turn out very well. I thought I could get away with using cheap particle board to make up this entire shelving unit, but it didn't look very good in the finished product. And not only that, it's also extremely heavy. Particle board is mostly glue, and this shelving unit, although it doesn't look like much, weighs about 120 pounds, which would have been an absolute nightmare to move upstairs and mount on the wall, etc. Since I left it here in the wood shop, I could just kind of scoot it over to a rolly table and then roll that table up against the wall and screw it in place. Wasn't that big of a deal. Moving it into the house, upstairs and everything, that would have been a nightmare. And also, like I just said, it doesn't look very good. I put the edge banding on the front edges so it made it nice and paintable, but the paint doesn't look very good because I'm not a very good painter, and it just, there's some runs and there's some glue drips, and I wasn't very careful, and it just overall doesn't look like something I wanted in my house. Also, the little experiment I tried on this project, which was aligning everything with biscuits, was also kind of a massive failure. The biscuits helped very little with aligning everything. Dados would have been a lot better, but at least I know, and I tried, and I wanted to try. So in the end, despite having more shop storage than I used to, I consider this shelving project a failure. Not a very expensive failure because the materials didn't cost very much, but still a failure. In the coming weeks, I will be re-attempting the child's playroom shelving storage project, so look forward to that. Subscribe even, if you want to. I can't guarantee much about that project, but what I can guarantee is that it will look nothing like this shelving unit whatsoever. It'll be a completely different thing. I'm designing it from the ground up, redesigning it from the ground up. Thanks for watching.